Prosecutors continue laying out their case against Karmelo Anthony.
Witness testimonies are happening now. So far, there's 3 different witnesses to take the stand and give their accounts of what took place. The first witness says that Karmelo was already underneath the tent when he arrived, and that himself, Austin, and other athletes approached him asking him to leave. At first, he said it was not aggressive, but then things started to escalate. He remembers Karmelo refusing to leave, Austin saying, "You need to leave," and Karmelo saying, "Touch me and find out." He testified that Austin leaned in to push him, and that's when Karmelo grabbed him. He said that Karmelo had his backpack on his lap with his hand inside of it, but to be honest, they all thought it was a bluff. When the prosecution wanted to know more about the shove, was it light, was it hard, he said it was more in between. When the defense did their cross-examination, they wanted to get more of a visual about the push. So the witness testified saying that Austin put both of his hands on Karmelo's shoulders to push him, and that's when Karmelo reached in, grabbed the blade, and did what he did. That was the first teammate of Austin's who was a witness. Now we have witness number 2, who is also his teammate. Witness 2 says that Austin confronted Karmelo right away, asking him why he was in their tent. He then went on to ask him to leave multiple times. Karmelo did not. The witness also states that Karmelo said numerous times that he has something in his bag. The witness says Austin was irritated, frustrated, and just wanted Karmelo out of there. His statement is that Karmelo nudged Austin and then stabbed him. He believes it was not self-defense and that it was provoked by Karmelo. So as we can see, this witness is saying that there was not even a shove. The first one is saying there was a shove. Second one so far is saying there wasn't, that Karmelo's the one that nudged him. That's what makes trials so hard when there's different witness accounts, because how can you be in such a close proximity witnessing the situation? One sees a shove, one doesn't. So it becomes really hard to decipher the truth. Witness 3 says Austin, again, like we've heard in other accounts, was asking him who he was. He then says that Karmelo was trying to provoke Austin to touch him. He recalls Karmelo saying, touch me and see what's going to happen. And Austin, he said verbatim, said, "I'm not going to fight you at a track meet." He then says that Austin just touches Karmelo on the shoulder, and the next thing he knew, he heard Austin saying that he stabbed me. So these are the first 3 witness statements, and they are coming from the prosecution side. They're all teammates of Austin Metcalf's. For the most part, they do have similarities, but then there are also differences on their accounts of what they witnessed.
Yes, the facts are starting to speak up for themselves. If you take a look at these, prosecutors say surveillance footage in the Karmelo Anthony trial contradict key parts of the defense narrative. Jury also heard testimony that Austin was helping run event set up that day. I have seen a lot of people coming out to say if this guy is found guilty, he should be executed. Elon Musk posted this, and a lot of people are talking about it. If you take a look at this whole case, you realize race hustlers are taking over everything on social media. They are standing up here to defend this guy. Oh, it was self-defense. But when you look at what they are presenting, a total defense story. At the end of this video, we are going to find out what exactly actually happened. I said every week I'll be following this up to give you full update on what is happening. So stay through with me while we cover other topics.
I was actually in the courtroom yesterday for the entire day of testimony and listened to the case that the state has laid out over the last 2 days, listen to opening statements from both sides. I have yet to hear any evidence whatsoever that the force that was used against Austin Metcalf was justified. And that's the law in the state of Texas. It must be justified with proportional force coming against you. And it just hasn't happened yet in this case. And so I guess we're going to still wait for all the testimony to develop, but it seems like a very hard and high mountain to climb for the defense.
There's been a lot of controversy over the fact that there are no black jurors who are selected to be on this trial. But let's take a look at some of the reported responses we've gotten from jurors that were dismissed. One of them said, quote, I don't know if I feel right putting a brother in jail. Several said that he looked like a child. Another said that they couldn't make a decision on someone who was so young. What can you tell us about the jury selection process and if race?
Yes, since they started this case, there have been rumors, and I believe this has been addressed in court. If you take a look at this, Karmelo Anthony was not ganged up or jumped. The second point, Karmelo Anthony and Austin didn't know each other prior to the incident. there was no history of Austin bullying Karmelo. The third point, Karmelo Anthony was not suspended from school at the time and was expected to participate in the event at the track meet that day. I've seen a lot of people putting out this information. Now it has been debunked. Like, what is all this?
Hi, Martha. Well, there are no cameras inside this courtroom, but I could tell you that today one of the key witnesses was a 17-year-old student who was one of Metcalf's athletes and teammates. He was under this tent. He saw it all. So this is going to be saying, touch me and find out. The prosecutor asked, anyone try to gang up on him? He replied, no, sir. Who was provoking? The prosecutor asked. Karmelo Anthony, he replied. The witness said, quote, Austin leans in to push him, and Karmelo, quote, I'm not alleged, I did it. He put his hands on me, I told him not to. Now, Anthony's defense attorneys argued that he staff who was unarmed in self-defense and out of fear. Meanwhile, Anthony's supporters...
If evidence does come out that Karmelo was not in fact fighting for his life, do you think that the black community will accept that?
If evidence shows that he did not, no, we're going to stand by ours regardless. They stand by theirs. We're going to stand by ours regardless. I'm a mother first. I'm a black mother. Let me put that on there. I'm an African-American mother. So I have to put away my color first and step into the motherhood. Nobody wants to see their child slain. So I do want to send prayers to Austin Metcalf, their family. But at the end of the day, I got to think like, okay, what did you do to him?
I believe you can see what race is actually causing in our society. Look at this lady, what she is saying here, if it makes sense. Tell me. Because she's a black person, even Karmelo Anthony was wrong. She doesn't care about the facts. She just stand up for him because Karmelo is a black person. This should just tell you a lot what is going on. I really don't know. I didn't believe that in 2026 we'll still be seeing cases like this. I see a lot of Karmelo Anthony supporters coming on the street, demonstrating in front of the court, saying all sorts of things. To me, they don't care about the facts. Some are doing it because of skin color. Like I said, I don't always like to cover topics that link anything to race because it makes you to be part of the problem. I always struggle every single time to not be part of the issues. I'm doing this just to cover this case so you can see the level of hypocrisy surrounding some people. Look at this. I'm not even going into details on what is happening because we already know what happened during this case. There is no sufficient text for you to take up anything and take away someone's life. I don't want explanations. I don't want you to tell me you were self, because the other person did not even have anything that can harm you. If I saw Metcalf having any type of things to harm, I would have said, okay, maybe, but he had nothing. What was the aim of bringing this tool? It means you had a different agenda, or what exactly? Because you're claiming self-defense. Even someone that doesn't even have any level of education will reason this with common sense and see that people standing up to support him, they are supporting evil. I don't care if a lot of people following me disagree with me on this video. If you really don't like my opinion on this, no issue. Maybe you can look somewhere and get their opinions. But this is exactly where I stand. I'm against this. When we see wrong, we should be able to call it wrong. We should not see a wrong thing, then we twist it because of our skin color. This should not be happening. It is very shameful and embarrassing.
I was actually in the courtroom yesterday for the entire day of testimony. I have yet to hear any evidence whatsoever of force that was used against Austin Metcalf.
But Anthony says it was self-defense.
Is it clear enough, or was it fuzzy, or what?
No, it was clear. It was okay. It's clear enough where you can see the actual individual range.
Austin and his brother, which are two bigger white males, came into the area of Karmelo Anthony. Apparently, these guys were bullying him in the past, and as we know, Karmelo had to defend himself. The white...
More about the surveillance video, because your notes on this were very interesting.
I think I'm going to end here. God bless you. Please share out the videos and hit on As of the short clips at the end, that is the white and you can always skip.
I got so many threats.
Hey Spencer, how are you?
From the fire victim, everyone that supports me is it.
Love that Chelsea Handler.
Seen this city just fall apart.
Mayorship, insurance companies, they don't have to pay for people to rebuild their homes.
Aaron Bass.
I just
to the media, we do not care.
He's elitist in California. Now you realize people everywhere in America make fun of people.
And so this is my life.
You're talking about qualifications, right? Yeah. And they need to go to New York.
Present the black community.
It's illegal. Spencer Pratt, who's running for mayor of Los Angeles,
able to laugh at him.
Well, I said Democratic Socialist.
Chelsea Handler, she's not a fan.
You can look it up. There's articles.
You can do it.